Yesterday I saw this. I saw this video on YouTube. I'll put the link down below. This guy, he makes ice. Okay, ice, water you freeze, and he sells ice. But what made this video stand out is, it seems that the top restaurants in the world, the top restaurants in his area, they all will buy ice only from him. Nobody else. The top number one restaurants. And so I was wondering, what is so great? Why do people want to buy ice from this guy when anybody can make ice? And as I watched that YouTube video, I found out that this guy, he has a very unique way of making ice. For example, what makes his ice different? Number one is, the ice. When you serve ice, his ice is crystal clear. You can see through it. It's like, glass. It's like there's nothing. There's no bubbles. There's nothing. Number one. Number two is, he's able to cut and give you the shape of the ice that you want. So some people want a round sphere. He'll give you like a ball. You want a particular size, square or rectangle, he'll give you that. In fact, he even has designer ice. Like some people want shapes or objects inside the ice. Like he gave, some people wanted golf balls, some people wanted scorpions. I don't know whether he puts like real scorpions. Some people wanted flowers or whatever. He said, whatever you ask for, you will get. And then he also mentioned that none of the ice products that he sells, they'll never have any defect. They'll always be perfect. Like if you ask for a square or a particular size, they actually have a department who, after he cuts the ice, they will look at every ice and make sure it's cut perfectly, clean cut. It's not like there is marks or anything. Then later on, this guy, as you see the video, he also mentions that he has a team in place that after he cuts the ice, because it's a perishable item, it becomes like water. He has to freeze it at a particular temperature. Then they have to offload it to the trucks. The trucks have to be in a particular temperature. Then they have to have a route. And each person, the way they load the ice. So first stop, second stop, third stop, fourth stop, it has to be packed in that way. And each ice packing has to have the description and details. So when the offloader, the delivery man comes to one particular outlet, it's immediately the guy identifies, okay, my name is so and so, this is the ice that I asked, this is the weight, and they have to be very fragile with it. And they can't afford to make any mistakes. You can't drop the ice, you can't give melted ice, you can't give anything less than perfection. And then after all that, they have to even plan out the next day and the following day. They have to keep spares. And then he was also talking of wastage. Even the ice cubes, there are many that the cut is not perfect, or they drop it, or there are some bubbles, or the water is not the ice is not very clear. So he said, this we don't waste, we stack it up very nicely, and this we reuse it elsewhere. And by the way, he's a bartender himself. He maybe runs a business or something, so they use ice over there. What fascinated me was, this guy didn't know all these tricks, or he didn't know all these skills. He learned it. He learned it over the period of time. He found people who were specialists in ice. He befriended them and learned from them. He made friends with people who were bartenders, and he learned different cocktails. He learned how to mix different drinks and serve. Then he also learned how to serve like professionally, like a 5-star thing. He did courses, he studied. So he had a strategy in mind. And today, his positioning is so unique in terms of like branding. And people pay top dollar just to get ice. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this with you is just think about it. Where everyone else, or people who are serving ice, they will just freeze water and they will sell you ice. This man got into the business of not only freezing water and selling it, but asking himself, how can I charge a premium for this? How can I offer such a service that there would be a demand for it? Maybe there are so many of his customers who didn't know, I want a sphere ice cube, I want something in the ice, or I want a particular shape or whatever. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe he gave them the concept, or maybe they suggested and he found a solution how to do it. Maybe some said, I don't want anything in the ice, I want to see through it. I want it to be maybe a rectangle or a triangle or hexagon or whatever. And he makes sure that he gives them what they want. Just imagine the strategy, imagine the creativity, imagine the thought process. Unbelievable. I have nothing but admiration when I read that something that is supposed to be ordinary, someone with their creativity, with their hunger, with their passion, with their geniusness, I don't know if you can call that. They customize something and they make it so amazing. The whole world comes knocking on the door. If you actually look at chefs, there are restaurants. In fact, Noma, Noma, I'm not sure if I got that right. This restaurant has a 2 years waiting list. Huh? That means if I want to eat at this restaurant, I need to give my name, pay the money, and then wait for 2 years. It's crazy. So when the slot comes, then only it's my turn. And then there are others who, sometimes I see these YouTube videos of YouTube channel like Eater, Eater, or Michelin star chefs. Some restaurants, if you want to eat like a Japanese, there was one which was like a designer Japanese sushi restaurant. This chef, I can't remember the video here. He has learned the style of cooking which can come down from your ancestors. Like, you have to dedicate your entire life to this teacher, and then you learn his art. And then if somebody else wants to learn, he has to dedicate his entire life to this teacher. So the beauty about this restaurant is they will prepare the food in front of you and serve you. Now there are a couple of rules, it seems. The rules are, you have to dress in a particular way. Okay, means formals are. You have to be respectful, no smartphones, no technology. You have to eat with... Oh. Did you see that? The fucking just fell down. Whew. Now that is... well, something which I didn't think I would see. Look at this rate. Falling coconuts and falling stuff. You saw it first. Have to be careful. Next, maybe a coconut. Anyway, good. You have something that you can see on video. All right. So what was I saying? Yeah, you cannot take your smartphone. You cannot. And even when you eat, you have to eat with the chopsticks. And there has to be a certain respect and decorum. Like when you eat there, you have to bow and just to welcome you. And I forgot, there is no menu or something. They just serve you what is their specialty, and you will eat within that time. You have a time frame, and then bow, bye bye. I was like blown away when I heard that, when I watched that video. That only goes to show you that if you really put your creativity, your heart, your soul into one single craft, into something that you love, that you're passionate about, that becomes part of your personal brand, that becomes part of you, a signature that nobody can copy. Just imagine, nobody is able to replicate what this guy is giving. And as usual, there's a waiting list and there's a time slot. He doesn't, and I forgot to tell you, it's a small place where only 6 people can come in at a time. That's it. Not more than 6. Unbelievable, yeah. I keep watching videos like this where there are some people who they make sweets. It's a homemade thing, and they ship it in a box, but there are only like 200 or 500 of them. I can hear rain from afar. I don't know, maybe like, let's see, before there was wind, now there's no wind. Means there might be rain. Anyway, let's see. So they only manufacture 500 boxes, and your name has to be in the waiting list, and they charge you an extraordinary premium. There are some chocolate manufacturers. In fact, I saw one ad on my Facebook. There's a particular meat, pork, from Singapore, shipped by one restaurant, and it seems if you place the order, you can't order more than 10 boxes, no matter how much money you're ready to give them. Maximum they'll give you 10. So because they don't want other people buying their product and stocking and shelving and making money. And they're exclusive. They don't take any franchisee and all that. So it's unbelievable, man. I mean, you're so exclusive that if someone wants you, he has to pay your price. I think that's the same thing which I do. I'm not saying I'm the world's best. I'm not saying I'm the world's greatest or whatever. But if someone wants Loy Machedo service, he has to come to me only. Can't go to anyone. You can try, like there are people who have told me, man, you charge as much as what this Brit or this Europeans or Americans charge. So I like, yeah, that's my value versus those people because they think by telling me, oh, I'm going to a Gora, I'm going to a white man, he charges lesser than you. Hey, he's not superior than me, man. I'm good at my craft. And I tell them, because you're so ignorant and stupid, my charge for you is double. So if you want to come to me now, I'll charge you double. In other words, I don't need and I don't want your business. No, thank you. My bottom line message for you is, be so good at your craft. Be so amazing. Be so unique that the world will come knocking at your door. For that, you need to dedicate years of your life. You need to dedicate effort, sacrifice, discipline, knowledge, and you need to practice your craft. And don't focus on, like, how we have today. Oh, how many views, how many followers, how many subscribers, how many this, how famous, how viral you are. Just put your head down. Remember that these chefs, these people, they spend 20 they spend 20 years of their life, 20, studying, mastering this particular craft. Just imagine the amount of effort, heart, dedication, discipline, and they don't seek attention until they become the world's best. And once they become the world's best, then they don't go around bragging about it. They enjoy the fruits of their labor, but then they pass it on to the next generation. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. I hope you get inspired to create something of your own signature, something that belongs only to you, that the world will come knocking at your doorstep. All right? Good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Started to rain. The wind is coming. And yeah, you got to witness a falling branch. All right? You guys take care. And let me also watch the video. What was my reaction when it fell down? Chal man. See you.